PDF is one of the most popular file formats in use today. PDF files specify the appearance of pages in a document in a reliable and device-independent manner, which is highly desirable to authors looking to deliver a predictable experience for readers of their documents. However, it does not mean that those files are accessible. And so we're first going to look at a document to see if it is accessible and then move on to learn how to remediate that. Here we have a chapter of a book, and the first thing you'll notice is that I have a mouse pointer here, and that signifies that this is a picture. When I drag across any of the text, I get a box rather than highlighted text. Another way to tell that you have an inaccessible document here is coming up here to Tools, then coming to Accessibility and running the full check. You can save these checks off as documents, and I'm going to do that in this folder here, and then I'm going to come to it at the end of this video so I can show you all the issues that are described. You might actually need to have the issues described for you. So you click Start Checking and it goes through the file. When it finishes, it will give you this accessibility checker list, and it's going to show you all your issues right here. And so I'll drop down, you see it says image only PDF. Oh, right. This image only PDF can be changed to a document by coming up here to Tools, and then we're going to look for the Enhanced Scan. So we click Open, and it lets us click this Recognize Text, which gives us a drop down of in this file or in multiple files. And so I'm going to do in this file. Then it gives me the button here to click. And you notice down here it's running through all the pages. There are 13 pages. So once that's done, we'll go on. Once it has recognized the text, we come back to Tools. We scroll down to Accessibility, or we can use the Accessibility listing over here, and then do the check again. Doesn't take very long, and now it says image only PDF as passed. We can now drag the text, and that's what I meant by dragging the text. Frequently, after people have turned their picture into text, they need to check for spelling. The way to do this is to go to Tools, Enhanced Scans. Then you need to go to Recognize Text and come down here to Correct Recognize Text. And this will allow you to see the words that it thinks are misspelled on each page, and you can type up here what each one is going to be. So here, this is a French word with an accent, and so I would probably just accept this misspelling, even though it is a misspelling, so I can move on with my document. I click Accept, and then here I have a mark on a page that I don't want to have anything typed for, so I'm going to click Accept with a space there. And then finally we have this I, comma, that needs to be a capital L. I'm not going to do any more spelling corrections, but you'll see that it will continue to go through. So I'm going to click Close here. Once you have your text recognized and you have created an accurate text, the next thing we want to deal with would be the tagging. So we're going to go back here to Tools and Accessibility. And here at the top, on the right hand side here, it says Autotag document. So right now there aren't any tags, so we're going to click the auto tag, and it's going to go through the pages, and then I can run that full check again, which takes a couple seconds, and then it will say tag PDF has passed. So we have now taken care of our image and our tagging. Now this blue one here and this blue one here, the logical reading order and the color contrast, these are things that you have to do manually. The next couple errors are very easy to fix. The first one here is the primary language. You right click this and click fix and set the language to whatever language the document is supposed to be in. And notice the check is already green. And for title, you right click, click fix, and you click this checkbox, leave as is off, and you type in the title. And that's all you have to do. You can add a subject, you can add an author, you can add keywords. And since we're here, I'm going to go ahead and add the author. And then I'm going to click OK. So those two check marks are gone, and we're good. Now we have talked about doing the accessibility full check, and I'm going to show you something when I do it this time. So when I click it and it gives me this, it also allows me to save off a report. And so it has a checkbox here. It says create accessibility report, and it puts it in this folder. So I'm going to choose another folder on my desktop, and I'm going to scroll down until I find my folder that's called report folder, and I'm going to make this the folder that I choose to have my reports in. So when I do the check, it's going to go through all the issues, and as we've gone through some of them, we've fixed things already, and we get green check marks when they're fixed. And so what I'm going to do now is minimize this, and I'm going to come to the report folder, and I'm going to show you. Here is the report on this particular file that we've been working on, and so it gives you all the different images being tagged and the title and all that. But you'll notice down here there's another area that we haven't actually looked at, and that is the alternative text. And so we might need to go back and do that as our next step. Each time you correct something, you want to go to the accessibility tool and then run the full check. And once it shows up, you can see whether you've cleared out the issues or not. And here we have one more issue that's showing up that we need to work on here in the basic lesson on how to build accessibility into a picture PDF. So I'm going to drop this down, and it says figures alternative text. So I'm going to drop that down. It shows 3 figures, and if I click on it, they jump to the different areas. Now figure 1 here doesn't include this circle for the Venn diagram type, and I need to add that in there. I don't want it just to have selected this partial diagram. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to the order, and then come up here to show reading order panel. This panel pops up, and I'm going to put it over here. And so I'm going to drag a box around the elements that need to be in this image, and I'm going to click figure. Once that's done, it's real easy to add an alt tag to it. You right click on it and click edit alternative text. So this is where you would type in whatever you want to call this. Now I'm going to run the check again, and you see now I have figure 2, and that isn't selected properly. Again, I have to go back to my order, show reading order panel, and then I'm going to draw a box around all that content there and make it a figure. Then click close on the touch up reading order panel, and then right click on it and add edit alternative text. Once I finish, I click OK. And then, of course, as you're working with a document like this, you want to periodically go and save your file. And that's where we are. We have added alt tags. There are some more difficult elements that you can add, but this is the basic way of marking up content that you have in picture format so that people with screen readers and other assistive technologies can go and read your PDF files.